Hi, my name is Lisa Lockland-Bell and, well, I'm 44 years old, almost 45. Why is that important? Because most women would hide from telling you that. 11 years ago, I had cancer of the cervix, and I'm super proud to be here today in front of you, talking to you about cancer of the cervix. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. So 11 years ago, I'd had 2 children. They were 2.5 and 4 at the time. And I decided I didn't want any more children. And one of the options at that stage for me with contraception was to have an IUD inserted. Now, I've got 2 different frames of mind about an IUD. One is that I think it actually saved my life. 2, I do think that it actually had something to do with spurring on the development of my cancer. Because when you have an IUD inserted, you first have to have a pap smear. So I went and had the pap smear and it came back clear. There was no reason to think that it wouldn't, but it's just part of the process. 9 months later, there was this niggling voice in the back of my head. Oh my goodness, it was so loud and it kept saying, it was persistent, you must go and have another pap smear. So I rang my doctor and explained, I just feel that I need to come and have another pap smear. And he was kind of like, whatever, come and have another pap smear. So I did. And sure enough, it came back inconclusive. Now, what was interesting at the time was the doctor said to me, well, sometimes an IUD can change the cellular structure of your cervix. I'm like, pardon? Now, what I haven't told you is that when I was 22, I had Hodgkin's disease. So we already knew that my body was susceptible to developing cancer. And now the doctor's telling me that sometimes this can happen. So I was a little bit stuck between, oh my goodness, you didn't tell me this before the IUD went in, and I was mad and angry, get the thing out. But at the same time, I thought, hang on a minute, you obviously have the HPV virus. Had you not had that IUD inserted, you may not have found the cancer in time. So the test came back inconclusive, and the doctor said, right, I'm going to wait 3 months. We're just going to monitor it. It's probably nothing. Still in the back of my head, it's niggling. I'm thinking, no, I'm trusting my gut. It told me to come and see you. Something's wrong. So like a good little patient, I waited 3 months. I wasn't patient, but I was a good patient. I waited 3 months. And sure enough, that second test came back inconclusive. I wasn't happy. The doctor wasn't happy. He said 6 weeks. We give it 6 weeks. If it comes back inconclusive on the 3rd time, then we're going to go and you're going to have a cone biopsy. Okay, at least we have a plan. I waited another 6 weeks and sure enough, it came back inconclusive. So off I went and had a cone biopsy. Now I remember it was a Friday morning, so I had to wait all weekend to get the results. Now my doctor rang me at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. That is never a good sign if your doctor rings you at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. And he said, Lisa, I have booked you in for Friday. What have you booked me in for on Friday? You've got stage 4 cancer of the cervix, Lisa. You're about to have a radical hysterectomy. Any more children are not an option. You need to have this removed. And my life changed. I went in on that Friday and had the hysterectomy. They managed to keep my ovaries so that I still function as normally as I possibly could. Once I'd had the operation and I was lying in my bed convalescing and healing, the doctors came in and said, we need to tell you something. Now, when you have a team of doctors, I had my oncologist, my gynecologist, and the surgeon come to your room, it's pretty serious. They said, we are 99% sure that we have got all of the cancer. But we need to tell you that if you get this disease again, because you've had cancer previously and you've had treatment, your body actually won't take any more treatment. Because of this, Lisa, we want to make sure now that we are 110% sure that we've gotten all of this cancer, and we're going to give you 6 weeks of radiotherapy. Now, I don't know how much you know about radiotherapy, but radiotherapy in that part of the body is hideous. It's absolutely hideous. So I had to be a brave girl, and I had to go into having radiotherapy, implementing what I already knew. I'd had it previously, so I knew what to expect, but it's not pleasant. Now, 11 years later, obviously, I'm still healthy. There is no sign. All of my tests come back completely clear, and we're very confident that this phase of my life has passed. But in that 11 years, the changes that have happened to me, spiritually, in my mind, in my beliefs, are monumental. I've changed the way I eat. I've changed the way that I perceive the world, the way that I practice my everyday life. And the one thing that I have done is honor my internal guidance system, that beautiful voice inside my head that sometimes drives me absolutely crazy. But I honor that voice because 99.9% of the time, it's right. It's my guidance system throughout my life. And if there's one thing that I want to leave you here today, is to trust that gut. Trust that gut instinct and go and have your pap smear. If you feel like something is wrong, or if you haven't gone and had your pap smear in a while, maybe now's the time. Because what I want you to do is have a choice. Don't leave it until your choices are gone. You don't have a choice anymore. Right now, you have a choice to go and have a pap smear. And then you have choices. If it comes back inconclusive, there are things that you can do. If it comes back clear, woohoo, lucky you, you get to move on with your life with a clear mind, clear conscience. You're not carrying that in the back of your head. I had the HPV virus. I wasn't ever tested for the HPV virus. And I think it's fantastic what the ACCF is doing now for society within Australia and the young women overseas that don't have access to this HPV vaccine. So go and get tested. Make sure that you have choice in your life. You are empowered when you have choice. It's when you don't have the choice that life can get pretty tough. So that's my story. I hope that it has inspired some of you to go out there today and get some answers, implement change, and make sure that you have control of your life.